Welcome to MyLITV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we have traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. MyLITV starts now.
When the economy started to go bad, I think about 2008, the interest in vegetable gardening as well as raising chickens just skyrocketed in both of those areas. And historically, you see this in the United States. When the economy goes bad, people start going back to their roots kind of thing, raising their own food, raising their own eggs. And the population seems to be very interested in that, and also more interested in sustainability and doing things naturally. I guess I got started back around 1995. My children were young, and we just thought we'd like to have fresh eggs. So it was more for a health reason. And then we always thought that having chickens around would be good for the kids too. One of the kids, when she was younger, did a science fair project with the eggs, and she compared fresh eggs to store-bought eggs. And you can see the differences visually, because a fresh egg has a bigger yolk. It's a much more yellow yolk. If you put it in water, it will sink because there's no air in between the shell and the egg. And an older egg, which you usually buy at a store, will float. And I have to admit, I can't really tell a flavor difference, but a lot of people say that to us, because we give away a lot of our eggs and to friends, and they always say they taste much better. So, but maybe it's because we've always been eating fresh eggs, so maybe that's why I can't. That's all we know. So I always tell people, when they're interested in chickens, the first thing they have to do is find out what their town's regulations are. Some have limits. Most of the towns on Long Island limit to 6 chickens. Out here in Southold, you can have more. But they also restrict no roosters. You can't have roosters. And then for the building, the zoning too might be an issue. Sometimes, like Southold, you can't build a building that's bigger than 10 by 10 without a building permit. And I think the other thing that's important is that you should talk with your neighbors and find out if people are concerned about you having chickens, and explain to them that it's not going to be noisy. Maybe share some of your fresh eggs once you do get chickens. Chickens are very easy to raise. They're very simple as long as you feed them and you give them water. All you have to do is, we have a water, you fill up, I change the water every day. Make sure the food is filled up. It lasts a couple weeks. And then the only thing you have to remember with the chicken is to open the door in the morning and close the door at night, so that raccoons can't get in at night. We don't have a rooster, and you don't need a rooster to have eggs. Well, the only reason you'd want a rooster is in order to have baby chicks, in order to have fertile eggs. And unfortunately, on Long Island, a lot of the towns don't permit roosters. They have zoning regulations against roosters because houses are closer together, and they don't just crow in the morning like you hear in the TV or stories. They crow all day long. The young chickens will lay about an egg a day. We give away a lot of eggs. A lot of our friends like eggs, so we give them fresh eggs. If we go over to a friend's house, we're always taking, eggs with us. Or if people will ask us, we're having company, would you give us some eggs? So we're happy to do that, They actually do lay eggs in cycles, and it's not based on the temperature, it's based on the photo period, the day length. And by November, December, you may not be getting any eggs. But starting in January and February, when the days are getting longer, you'll see increased egg production. And some people try to avoid this cycling by putting a light in their hen house. So they'll have a light come on, at 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and goes off at midnight. So the chickens think it's long days. They don't realize that the days are getting shorter, and then they'll keep up their egg production. The weather in Long Island is warm enough that you don't have to worry about them. In the wintertime, you don't have to insulate your hen house. They can handle the cold. In the fall, they'll usually get additional feathers. They'll grow additional feathers. They'll get nice and fluffy. Well, I never took them to a vet, and I probably won't take them to a vet because, a chicken's worth about $5. And if you go to a vet, I don't know what it would cost, but I'm assuming it's going to cost like $50 or something, just to set your foot in the door of a veterinarian. Cornell Cooperative Extension of Suffolk County runs the county farm out in Yaphank, and they have a chicken program. They actually have instructors that will go to elementary schools and educate students on chickens. So they're also a resource.